excited supporter of NGCDF. One, because, Madam Speaker, many times we talk about national expenditure and we talk about what the government is doing, but, Madam Speaker, at many times, the citizens of Kenya are not able to conceptualize exactly what is government, who is government. Because many times we think government is an amorphous figure somewhere seated, Madam Speaker, and especially insofar as development is concerned. NGCDF demystifies what government is insofar as projects are concerned, and especially in regards to community projects. Going around the country, Madam Speaker, anyone would see the kind of changes NGCDF has brought to our communities. Hardly would you go to any side of Kenya, to any corner of Kenya, without seeing the significance of NGCDF in regards, Madam Speaker, to projects that touch the members of our localities, and especially in the deepest, Madam Speaker, of the villages of Kenya. And therefore, Madam Speaker, we must keep on supporting NGCDF in all ways. We are already doing that through the budget. I am sure we'll be mentioning that tomorrow, insofar as enhancing NGCDF is concerned. And Madam Speaker, even structurally, I always feel that other devolved funds can borrow a lot from NGCDF. Because the way in which NGCDF is administered, Madam Speaker, it can be a very good learning book for any country, and even within our country in regards to development funds. This is a fund where out of 100 shillings allocated, 95 goes into real, tangible development projects. And Madam Speaker, when we talk about real development projects, NGCDF is not just a kitty for building infrastructure, but also of adding value to the highest resource we have in the country, which is the human resource. And that is why, Madam Speaker, comparatively, CDF across all the 290 constituencies, we are the biggest supporters of education, Madam Speaker, only number 2 from the Ministry of Education. And this goes a long way into adding value, into servicing the human capital, because it is the highest priced factor of production that we have as a country. Madam Speaker, I have been toying with the idea that because we have been there as NGCDF, and a lot has happened in terms of brick and mortar, probably we could entertain ideas of even enlarging the bracket of bursaries that we are able to offer through NGCDF, and especially from the current BAD from 25 to 35% to somewhere around 50%. And the reason why, Madam Speaker, I've been entertaining this idea, I have a program supported by NGCDF in Kiharu, which we call Kiharu Masomo Bora program, which supported by NGCDF, the parents of Kiharu who have their young ones in day schools, they pay only 1,000 per term, only 1,000 per term in terms of school fees. And those that which are interested in having remedial, they can have local arrangement with the teachers, but to a maximum of 1,000 per term. Madam Speaker, this is to enhance having as many of the people of that age in schools, but also, Madam Speaker, by making also school exciting. Because one of the things we've done even in that program is that we realized, even us when we was in school, we could be kept in school more hours, not because of books, but other things that happens, and especially food. So after realizing that and knowing that we can't change that fact, we worked around it, changed even the menu, where majority of us, when we was in school, we would take our staple food from Monday to the last day of the week, which is Friday. What we've done is to recalibrate the same. We have rice 3 days and the staple food, which is the 3 days, and we also provide food over Saturday, Madam Speaker, so that those learners who would want to be in school even on Saturdays have an opportunity to be in school. Madam Speaker, I don't just wish to give the scorecard, but I am giving the facts in terms of how NGCDF can be transformative. Out of 112 public primary schools in Kiharu, Madam Speaker, when we took over, and with the assistance of NGCDF, our classrooms were dilapidated. They never qualified to be called classrooms, Madam Speaker, because they were structures that looked more like museums. But Madam Speaker, through NGCDF, we have been able to transform all the 112 public primary schools, and all of them, they look like what we call like academies, and all of them are tiled, Madam Speaker, to the exclusion of none, all the 112.